Money at Work continuing educational series brought to you by MillionaireMindset.life. Today we're talking about very important lessons for stock traders. It's really not that hard to be a decent stock trader during long bull market runs and bull market advances. What it really does, it gives amateur traders a false sense of accomplishment as well as a false sense of confidence that can really come back to haunt them in the future. Even in the best of markets, common trading mistakes can break amateur traders. If you're going to make a long-term run at trading and turn this into a profitable venture, you have to start with the basics. And then you have to have a never-ending thirst for knowledge to continue to grow your skill set. Here are 5 very important lessons for stock traders. Number 1, do not use leverage. This is extremely important. As soon as you open a trading account, your broker will ask you if you want a margin account. Unless you really know what you're doing and you need a margin account for, let's say, short selling, just say no. Remember, just say no. Margin means that you make trades with borrowed money. Let's say you start with $25,000 and then you borrow another $25,000. There you go. You have access to $50,000 to trade with. This can be a very dangerous environment for a new and untested trader. Let's say that coming out of the gate, you make a trade and you lose $40,000 because you were undisciplined and you tried to double down against losses thinking the stock would recover. That's right. You have to have enough now to cover your margin call. What that means is that you got to come up with an additional $15,000 on top of the entire money that you lost just to break even. How much fun is trading now? Instead, learn to trade the disciplined and the correct way. Learn to manage risk and cut losses quickly before they get out of hand. Number 2, embrace paper trading. When you paper trade, you make theoretical trades, and whatever software you're using treats it as if it was a real trade so you can monitor the outcome and learn without risking real money. Your account goes up and down just as it would in real trading, but the capital is not at risk. Paper trading is often overlooked, underestimated, and underappreciated. Use paper trading time to learn your proper setup, position management, and exit strategies. The knowledge you gain from paper trading can carry long-term value and long-term dividends when you trade for real. Remember, you have to prepare to win. Number 3, learn from your mistakes. No better lessons can be learned than committing mistakes. Learning from your mistakes is a key to success in most any area of life. When it comes to trading, it can mean the difference between making money and having a zeroed out account. One of the worst things a trader can do is move from a trade, on from a trade that went bad without at least taking a little bit of time to reflect on what happened and how we can better prepare ourselves in the future. Examine the trade, look again at the news, see if you had the right entry point and exit point. In other words, use it as an opportunity for learning. You have to both benchmark and learn from failure as well as the successes along the way. Remember, if you miss out or turn your back on opportunities to learn from mistakes, you're probably doomed to repeat them. In trading terms, that means additional losses in the future. Number 4, invest time and analysis skills. One of the basics of investing in stocks is to understand how to analyze stock patterns and stock charts. You have to be able to look at a chart, see what's going on. What story is the chart actually telling us about where we are, how we got to this point, and where we are most likely headed? You need to know both where we are and why things are moving, or at least have an educated guess. There's 2 main types of analysis. There's technical and there's fundamental analysis. Which you lean on depends more on your strategy, but you should learn both if you're serious about trading or investing for the long haul. Technical analysis is all about reading the stock charts and using key indicators. You'll learn about things like moving averages, support, resistance, and pivot points. On the other hand, fundamental analysis is more concerned with the underlying fundamentals of the company, like revenue, earnings, debt, projected growth, etc. Long-term value investors usually focus on fundamentals, while traders more on the technical side. And finally, number 5, risk and mental discipline is an absolute must. This is so important. Without knowing your risk tolerance and without knowing how to exercise mental control and discipline, you could and most likely will lose big time. Let's start with risk. Any stock market trade, the risk to reward ratio is the level of risk you're willing to take compared to the possible backside rewards. Once you set your level of risk, you have to maintain mental control. This goes for both sides of the trade, entry and exit, and both sides of the position, making or losing money. Listen, hope and pray is not a legitimate strategy. Don't be greedy. Be happy with the gains that you make and not upset you could have made more. You'll win more and lose less in the long run if you play it safe. Don't just turn into a gambler. One way to make sure that you're following your own parameters and guidelines is to actually keep a trading journal. That allows you to reflect, revisit, and remind yourself of the important lessons that you've learned along your journey as a stock trader. Listen, like any other skill set, trading takes time, energy, and effort. In the beginning, you can create habits that will help you progress and help you avoid the pitfalls that so many other traders fall into. Making money, trading stocks takes time, dedication, hard work towards your craft. There are inherent risks involved with investing or trading the stock market, including loss of your original investment. You want to know more on how to stretch your thinking, create your vision, and achieve? MillionaireMindset.life.